Okay. We won the die roll. Sweet. Our made of lasers. We better be careful. That guy's made of lasers. All right, we win the die roll. Seems good. Let's see what we got for our hand. This is a good hand, so we'll keep it. We shall, in fact, keep this hand. It's deciding to mulligan. Deciding to mulligan again. Oh man. Oh man. Sorry, dude. I hate it when that shit happens. I honestly feel for you. Let's see what we got here. So we're 2-1 right now, so we're against a deck that's at least good enough to be 2-1. Worth mentioning. Crack ourselves for a stomping ground, I assume would be the correct thing. Then I can get a basic with that if I need to. And we can still bolt. So, alright, cool. We'll do that. Alright. Domri is an interesting card to draw as well. We're playing against a blue deck, so I actually kind of want to put voice out right now. I think that's probably the better option. And if we're playing against blue, I don't necessarily mind, especially if it's got two colors and one of those colors isn't red. I don't mind being a little greedy here. Or like, in case I draw like an ooze or something, I'd want this. This is basically just going to let me not worry about Blood Moon. That's what I was trying to get around and just am awful at talking. So, trying to get around a Blood Moon here. Do you have the second land drop? Well, you do, and it is red, but it's not exactly that one. Okay. Real talk. Do we want to... Let's just attack first, see what happens. I don't think he's going to give me a free creature by counterspelling, but he could. Do we want to go with the Domri, or do we want to apply pressure first? I think we probably want to go with the pressure, because he's already at 12 life, and Sans being like a combo deck, we'd much rather have the pressure, and this is protecting me from counterspells anyways. So, do I want to put 4 damage on the board, or do I want to start drawing cards? I want to put 4 damage on the board. It's weird to say that against the blue deck, but I'd rather do that. And we're still a full turn away from being, like, wrathed. So, this is close to lethal. I mean, we can get Anger the Gods, but I still then get a... Well, I don't get a creature. Lightning Helix. Sure. Sure, I still get a creature. Do we have lethal? 1 mana creature, we might be pretty fucking close. I'm gonna assume if he's got a stop on his upkeep, he's got stuff like what do you call it? Like Vendilion Click, maybe? Did American Control? He's got like Geist of St. Traff, stuff like that. I don't know. I wonder if I can have my turn, though. That would be nice. Alright. Night of the Rockery, which would be a 4/4 if I played it. Tarmogoyf would make this a 3, and then I'd have 7 damage, and he'd be at 5. Or I can put out a Domri Raid. And Domri Raid would allow me to be, like, wrath-proof. I think the Domri Raid's better, because it just makes him have to devote more and more than what he has to stopping me. So we'll put the Domri Raid out. We'll look at the top card of our library. Hopefully we can draw it. Nope. We'll just swing for 6. That seems fine with me. Because we're still putting him on, like... He's got to deal with my 2 cards that are on board. He can't Pyroclasm and end it. If he ends up tossing a lot of burn towards my Luxodon Smiter, I still am going to win with this Domri eventually. Even if he wipes the board clean, that's still, again, fine. Let's look at the top card of our library. It is a knight, so we'll put the knight in our hand. I'm going to cast the... well, he can Cryptic Command, right? So we'll just attack. Again, I'm okay with this, because then I can just bolt him to death. I think we just try to bolt him to death. He's got like 3 cards in hand. I gotta play around a counter spell, I suppose. But that's not the biggest of the deals. If he taps out here for any reason, he plays like a lot of blue, then I bolt him and I win the game. So see you later. That was just playing it safe. So we could bring in Blood Moon. I do think it's probably a valid choice here, but I think Thalia's are better, Valorous' Stance better. I also like the idea of Kitchen Finks because he's got a ton of removal. And I like the idea of Hedron, the Sigarda, Host of Herons. Those are the options I prefer. I didn't see any like real things I needed to be worried about with Paths, so I'm going to take out Paths. I theoretically probably can take out Bolts too, but I'm actually going to take out 2 Quasali Pride Mages. Probably 1 Bolt. I like to have the Oath to grab like my Thalias or my Kitchen Finks. Hell, a Sigarda will win the game. And my Planeswalkers are going to win the game, just if they stick around. He's probably a Geist of St. Traft deck, so I've got to be wary of just straight up losing to a Geist of St. Traft race, which I can. Especially for like my land damage. But he probably could be bringing in Blood Moon against me too. I have no real reason to bring in Blood Moon. So I'll try to fetch like carefully, even though there's no fetch lands in my hand. At least I can still cast my Thalia and buy me till turn 4. It's not like a disposable hand. Plus, I can still Valorous Stance the Thalia if he tries to do it on like my turn and just pay for the entire time. That's something that you can always catch blue mages on, is even though they should do something on their turn, because of just the fact it's an instant, they won't. I was going to just put out the basic, but now that we drew into the Noble Hierarch, I'm going to play the Noble Hierarch. If he bolts it, that's like fine with me. I'm going to put out my Thalia. He's still going to have to take 3 damage for the bolt. Depending on this, we might actually bring in the Blood Moon next go around. Wall of Omens is fine with me. Would like to eventually get red with this, but I'm not like in a rush. So I'll just do it this way. Let's attack. The worst thing he does is not block. And if he blocks and I'm not going to bolt anyways, I can feign that I don't have a bolt and then maybe it'll screw him next time around. There's no reason for me not to just do it. It's not like there's anything in my hand I need to like straight up protect. Let's do it this way. Let's make him scared of a Blood Moon as well. Maybe it'll like he'll crack wrong then. But Thalia will, in fact, help out a lot here. And if he decides to hold the bolt in his hand then for my turn, which is looking like what he's going to do, we can catch him with the Valorous Stance. Go ahead. Do it. Okay, he didn't do it, so that's fine and dandy. Not super worried again. I guess I will put out a dude. A duder. And if he wipes the board, that kind of blows on my end of things. All right, so he's not going to kill my Thalia at least. Now we can get through that wall. I still have the Ghost Quitter for his Colonnade, so I'm not worried at all about that. Let's play the Bolt right now, because if he's going to counterspell it, he's going to counterspell it. And if he doesn't counterspell it and decides to kill my Thalia because it looks like I'm fucking up here, well, okay, then that's gone. And that's that. We'll just end the turn. Okay, the question is, do I want to draw a card or not? I think I want to draw a card since I've got so many lands in my hand. I mean, theoretically, I'm leaving myself open to Valar's Stance, but he doesn't know I have that. Let's go do this, and we'll just swing. Nope. He doesn't have it. So maybe he's got like a Wrath on board then. Either way, I gotta play into it. Kind of sucks, but... Well, I guess I don't have to play into it. I can do 3 a turn. That's not the worst thing in the world to do. Weirdly enough, well, you could have just a handful of counterspells as well, which Luxon Smiter gets around. Wall of Omens, sure. I could have at any point in time destroyed the Wall of Omens. If he doesn't put out any land, that means he's still land tight. I think we're going to go just kill his Wall of Omens at this point. Cool. We're drawing some good stuff here. Let's just go for the attack. He's got a full grip. I'm just wondering why he isn't, like, maybe it's all four like mana costing stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and devote something to the board. If he wraths, that's fine. I still have my, like, knight at the end of the day. But this is gonna start, like, requesting lethal. Maybe the first strike is something that's relevant. I have no clue, man. I don't know what's going on here. But if he's not drawing lands, then that's going to be an issue on his end of thing. Because he's like a big land person. Alright, so, well, he's not declaring he's got a Wrath then. Because if that's coming into tapped and he doesn't want to wipe the board, and arguably this is the best time to wipe said board, he's really screwing himself. He's also not tapping this. I don't know, is he worried about damage? Restoration Angel. Okay. That's fine. So what, he kills my Thalia? I still get in damage. And we drop him to 7. He doesn't have a Wrath in hand. Playing around nothing really. I'm gonna put everything in this right now saying he does not have a Wrath. And I can Wolf Run over at this point. Kiki Jiki. Okay, so he's just got the way to Kiki Jiki. So that's what he had in hand. He was just trying to win through that. Yeah, I can't win. I can't win against the Kiki Jiki combo. I guess he was worried about a path. I should have maybe kept the Noble Hierarch in hand then. Oh well. Concede game. Realistically, if we broke through that wall a lot earlier, we might have been able to win, but that's fine. We're going to bring in the Blood Moon. I think that'll screw him. Let's bring in the Hushwings, too, because they stop that. Bring back the Paths. Can't win against me if if I, like, sit there all day like that. He's going to play around the Valorous stance now. Could theoretically just use another Valorous stance. He's going to play around it, which will be funny. But let's see here. What else did we put in? Kitchen Finks. We'd probably take out the Kitchen Finks. It's not super great. Maybe one Ooze, maybe one Voice. Probably one Ooze is fine. Maybe one No, we want to keep Domri because if the game goes long, we'll just win. Let's take out an Ooze. Alright. Yes, we'd like to play first. Yeah, we can keep this hand. Doesn't have anything till turn 3, which kind of sucks, but hey, we might draw something. But it's all, like, stuff that's very hard for him to deal with. So, whatever, we'll take it. And he's thinking about mulliganing. I always get, like, unreasonably happy when my opponent mulligans. I probably shouldn't. I should feel bad, and I do feel bad. But I also, like, part of me is like, cool, well, I put some money down on this, so I like getting my money back, I suppose. Well, he mulliganed once, so I'm sorry that you had a mulligan, man. Let's see here. We want to probably put down something that we can get a basic for. I'd rather get a basic forest first and foremost. Just in case we draw the Blood Moon and he doesn't have like a counterspell for it and he's like really like got crappy lands. He might be suspecting the Blood Moon right now, but that's fine. He's a really greedy colored deck. And I'm going to go ahead and just do this anyways right now. And say no. Just so that way be like, nope, this is just the color scheme that I had in my hand. And if he goes for a basic, like, I'm okay with that. It screws him in the long run. So he didn't go for a basic. He probably can't even afford to go for a basic right now. Does he have another land? Keep a 1-mana hand, dude. Those are dangerous on for a control deck. Especially like an American control deck where your win con is 4 mana plus like 5 mana. Yeah. Alright. Let's hope we don't play into his, like, just hand here. Go for a basic here. I mean, we don't have to play into his hand. We've got a Luxon Smiter, so even if he's got a counterspell, it doesn't matter. And we'll just hold on to the Valorous stance so that way he doesn't have his win con. It's not like he's getting to his win con anyways right now. He's pretty far away from it. If he's got a bolt, that's not super great. That means good things for me. So, alright. I can still pretend like I don't have any basics in hand here. Go for Stomping Ground. We won't pay for it. We're just signaling that like we're not blood mooning anytime soon. So that way he can still keep putting this stuff. Like, 'cause if we put a blood moon down, we win the game. I think the correct goal here is to try to put some pressure on the board and put the Knight of the Reliquary in. One also the reasons why we cracked that. Make it harder for him to shoot it down to death. All right. At this point, I think our options are going to be... I don't want to just, like, Thalia into losing the game. So I think we just attack here, and if he paths, whatever, that's fine. Actually, if he paths, I'm okay with it, because then I can put down the Thalia and the Domri and be fine with it. Instead, I'm just going to put the Domri down right now, which is basically me asking if he's got a counterspell he wants to devote. This also means that I can use Domri to kill off, like, any of his, like, if he puts out, like, the Angel right now, I don't know why he would. That'd be really stupid if he does, because it's still in my main phase. I'll just destroy the crap out of that Angel. Cryptic Command. Bounce it back into my hand and counter spell. Sure. I still have a play, so it's not the worst in the world. We still sort of like a pretty equal measure. All right, Elspeth is a good one. He didn't draw a land, so that's something to remember, is that he doesn't have a land. I think I just want to devote more damage onto the board, just attack with my Thalia. And if he, like, instant speed puts down an Angel to block, then I'll just Valorous Stance it and then put out my Knight. Otherwise, the Knight would have been the better choice, but he's got open mana. I don't want to play into it. There's no reason for me to play into another, like... I guess I wouldn't be playing into a Cryptic Command. I'd just be playing into, like, some kind of removal spell. So it's not, like, the worst. But I'd rather try to get out a Angel here to block. Yes. Let's go ahead and destroy target creature with 4 toughness or greater. And we still have the ability now to put out that Knight. You can't instant speed win here, so we should be fine. And if he's searching, that means he still doesn't have a land. Ancestral is not going to win you the game, my friend. Orlin Cord is like the best play we can do here, although either one of these are basically just going to win the game. Counterspelling is like perfectly fine with me. Means that I'm just gonna hit for like a lot of damage, and he's eventually gonna die. That's why I was going for it anyways, because if he didn't have the counterspell, whatever, it's okay. Put him on a 1-turn clock here. Plus the Elspeth, we can jump the Knight. We can jump. Sorry, the Thalia, which would be the better thing to jump. Oh, he's gonna do another one. He had 2 in his hand. Ugh. Those things are pretty slow against us, man. All right, well now we just got Xaxes, and that's worth mentioning. We'll put the Elspeth out. We're gonna jump the Thalia. This way we're not like dead to a Path to Exile effect. And again, perfectly fine with me. Let's go ahead and get ourselves out a like Stirring Wildwood. It still puts him at 1 life. And we really have like no cards, like no lands left. I think you're still like on at least 2 suspension on that, or 1 suspension, so it's not even like we're even close to being like dead here. Cool, we got it. Dude, Knights, they just Knights plus Ireland. There was just like no good answer for this guy. The Thalia was stopping from like any real like sort of tricks, cryptic commands. We were forcing him to deal with way too much on board. So whatever, that's fine with me, man. We win the game. So that's now 3-1. Sweet, 3-1.